Welcome to the FromThe108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter-like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, Beef Loaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, My Sock Summer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Cherezy E.
Thank you, Cornsey. Welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf says allegedly, or that he manifested that, you drink. If My Sock Summer talks about the gym, or tells us he simply did not have time, you drink. And if I talk music or Star Wars, which I will be very tempted to do today, you drink. But speaking of drinking, you can make all of us drink for $1.08 or more, like our friend Trey did here. Cheers, Trey.
Yes, sir. Trey, thank you.
Cheers, Trey.
Bless you.
I'm going to get you on the backside when I pour this drink, but you guys keep going.
But speaking of drinking, fellas, what are you drinking? My Sock Summer, get that drink out. We want to see what
We're
you're
on
drinking.
the quest, okay?
All right.
I'm gonna prep my little drink here. We can drink because guess what? I had time last week and I stopped by the old Benny's and bought some shit.
Yes.
Hello.
Now, if one of you guys in the audience can decipher what I'm gonna drink here, good luck. Let's see that. You see that? It's nice and green.
Quite a color it's got there. My goodness.
I've never had this before. I'm gonna try it first on camera.
It's a little chartreusey looking.
Look at his face.
God. It tastes like the 2000s. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the first person in White Sox Twitter to voluntarily drink an Incredible Hulk on a White Sox podcast.
I like that you're drinking it like a drink too, and not like a shot.
I mean, that is, oh God, that is something.
We got another drink here.
I thought it was going to be.
It's my buddy Long. This is a Beef. I was telling you, not a lot of sleep last night. This guy also not. So I appreciate. He's like, hey, you should drink some. You should have some drink. Thanks, Long. Cheers.
Long, go have a. You want an Incredible Hulk? I'll get you next time I see you.
Mix one up for you. No problem, pal.
Oh my God! You know what's in an Incredible Hulk, guys?
No clue.
2 ounces of Hennessy, 2 ounces of Hypnotic. I went to the Benny's and I said to the guy, I go, I'm looking for the Hypnotic. I go, where's your shitty wine section? And the guy goes, it's not wine. And I go, oh shit, he might be a Hypnotic aficionado. Like he's like, this guy's coming
You're
in,
insulting his favorite drink.
the one thing I really love in this whole store. And I go, oh man, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, actually. I go, what is it? And he goes, well, it's actually like a mix of fruit juices and liqueur and cognac and blah blah blah. What's up, Neener?
All the old heads are out tonight.
I know, I like this. Old school guys coming out.
So,
hey, good to see you, my friend.
He rolls me over into the section where all the cognac is and all that stuff, and he pulls it out. And I go, dude, I'm sorry if I insulted you. If you really like Hypnotic, it's like, oh no, this shit. That's shitty. It's horrible, but it's just not wine. And I go, okay. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to get my ass kicked in this new Benny's. You know, it was looking.
You're gonna get a bottle of Hypnotic shoved up your ass for doing the wrong thing,
right?
We got another.
I don't need a really nice frosted bottle of Hypnotic going across my jaw. You know.
Another one is from
Cheers,
Gordo.
Gordo?
Someone must have hit a triple. It's in loving memory of Ursula. Thank you.
Thanks, Gordo. Yeah.
Now, the funny
he put
thing,
a comment on the Sunday Soak video that I put out the other day. Is, how about maybe you guys wear sports bras in the tub?
Oh, baby.
Oh,
No way.
He did say that.
That is a funny visual.
Alex is correct. He's saying that me buying the Hennessy is a funny visual. What's funnier is the little bottle of Henny is like $26.99, but they had the big bottle of Henny on sale for $29.99. So guess who bought the big bottle of Henny?
You're a value guy. Always. He's a get a deal guy. So he has a huge bottle of Hennessy that he's never going to drink after.
He needed 2 ounces of that bottle. And he was like, well, for $3 more, I can have 40 more ounces I'm never going to drink.
Oh, dude. If you think I'm only drinking one Incredible Hulk tonight, you're sorely mistaken. I have 3 or 4 mixed up right now, so don't worry about it.
Baby, I love it.
It's actually not that bad.
Another drink here. We're flowing tonight.
I love it.
We'll see if I stay awake for the whole show. Jackie Treehorn says, here for the optimism. Then I'll get my pessimism from Josh Nelson on tomorrow's Sox Machine.
Cheers. Got it, my friend. Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate you.
You see that Stokes is in here too? Look at Stokes.
Have some
in
fun.
Here. Hey, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, G guys are coming through, man. Yeah, have some fun tonight with us, Jackie. We always have some fun.
Fun, good stuff here. Thanks, Jackie.
Appreciate
Beef,
you.
What are you drinking?
Boys, I am on the quest. And let me tell you something, Teresa. You have inspired me because I got me a big old black box of Cabernet. Look at that right there. Holy shit. When I picked it up,
a lot of wine.
I've never drank box wine before in my life. I honestly haven't. When I picked it up off the shelf, I was like, holy shit, is this thing heavy? It is basically completely filled with a huge bag of wine in there. It's Cabernet. And that's what Bonita saw me taking it. And she's like, oh, you're going to drink that? Because she knows how much I like wine or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, let me say something. I've had about a half a glass right now. Here's the difference between, like most people can't tell the difference between like a $25 or $30 bottle and a $100 bottle anyway. And a lot of times I can't even either. But the difference between like a real low-end wine and something I would like to drink, $20, $30, $40, $100, is not that this wine tastes bad or anything. It just lacks the pop that a better bottle has. So like to me, this is like drinking a flat soda or something like that. Still enjoyable in its own way. It's just not as good as the other thing. And so, this is perfectly, I would be fine drinking this as like a table wine or anything. No problem whatsoever. So far, so good. It's a Chilean Cabernet. Let's go.
A Chilean.
It's the Schlitz of wine, is what you're saying.
It's totally fine. Yeah.
Chorizo. Oh,
that's 5 bottles of wine, though, worth that you've got to drink. So good luck.
I'm not going to do it all tonight. So
you can give it to the cats, though, probably. Chorizo, what are you having tonight?
I'm going to say this very poorly, but I'm having the off the list. We got to stay on the list.
Yeah.
I'm having the Vucare.
Yes.
So
what the fuck's a Vucare?
It is 1 part whiskey. Like I'm using rye. 1 part cognac. 1 part sweet vermouth, and then like a little bit of Benedictine, and then some bitters. So that's about the gist of it. It's a lot of booze. It's going down really good. People keep buying us drinks.
Yes,
we're gonna see how this rocket ship flies.
Now
I might have to kiss the ground after 11 minutes. We'll see what happens.
Now, did you mix up a bunch of them too, Chorizo, or are you going to be mixing them live as we go?
I got.
Oh my goodness!
I got a torpedo bat full of this. We're good to go.
He's like a tradesman if he had to go to the construction job. That's his thermos, but it's all filled with that shit.
Well, I would say half the construction people probably have that in their thermos too. So I'm not, especially the ones from Indiana.
Speaking of old school, K-Dog's up in the comments. He says, give Stakey a little for celebration of Jesus. I allow Stakey to have wine, but I'm not going to give her this. I'll give her some
He doesn't want her to go blind. Unless Jesus is coming back to heal her.
Something nice there. And Sean Jankowski says beef wins pasta night. It was tonight.
A little
rigatoni tonight. So anyway, and then K-Dog back says Chorizo again deported at midnight for whatever he just called that drink.
Getting deported to France.
To recognize, you're no longer one of the good ones. I'm sorry. You're out. Damn it.
Yeah.
Come get him, Ice.
But that's why I wore the Canadian tuxedo the other day, guys. So I was like, they'll take me to Canada.
Shakalaka.
You'll be safe.
Sending this motherfucker back to Toronto. Get out of here. MSS, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, and I was at the gym on Wednesday. All work, no gains, right, Loaf? All work, no gains.
I mean, it has been, yeah. No
that's what
offense.
we do.
You had to get the drugs so you could slim down. I mean, that's. I mean, you told me. I didn't even tell you. I was messing around with you and Josh, and you guys both got offended, and then it turns out I'm right.
Yep. Well, you were. You're. I was maintaining me to not be so fatty.
Okay.
But so I'm at the gym. And I finished my workout, and I'm standing in front of my locker, and we have wooden lockers, and I open it up, and I'm just standing there, and it's open, and I'm pulling out my stuff, and I'm putting it on, and I go to pull my jacket out, and then there's nothing left in my locker. I am talking to a gentleman to my right who his wife works for the Cubs, and he's a Sox fan, and we talk about the Sox all the time, and he's always like, this team sucks, blah blah blah, all the rigmarole. And out of my front, right in front of me, I see this little guy walk up, and he's got the flat brim hat on, the glasses, and he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, big man." And I was like, I have never seen this man before in my life. I don't know what he's asking, but I'm with it. And I go, "What's up?" And he walks over, gets behind me, and slams my locker shut. He's like, "Let's keep that shut so nobody gets hurt around here." And then he walked out.
What?
I am just standing there like, wait, what? I've never seen this motherfucker before.
Yeah.
The guy I'm talking to just starts laughing his ass off. And this is I go, what was that? And he goes, "I don't know, man. The guy just wanted to tell you what to do. And now he's out here laughing at you." And I'm like, I was confused. And it's not like I leave the locker open very much, it's not, and I hadn't left the area. I am just I don't know what it is. So anyway, to the guy at the gym, I'm not going to GFY you because you're looking out for other people's safety, but I promise you that I was actually going to shut the locker when I was leaving. I wasn't just going to leave it wide open for everyone to run their head into. Maybe that's why he seemed a little slow, but he'd run into a locker before. But
so you've never seen the guy before. Do you even know if the person actually works there, or if they're just a real stickler for having closed lockers? Do you have any idea or no?
That's the thing, Loaf. It's not even an employee. It was another patron.
Another naked guy in the locker room.
Another dude. No, he was fully clothed. Was wearing a Bulls hat.
Allegedly.
So he's definitely a Bulls fan. They were in the playoffs yesterday for a minute. But
he's upset about that loss.
He was repping. He was repping, and then this was before the loss. So he was getting hype. He's like, "I'm gonna go tell this motherfucker what to do and shut the locker room."
John Carney's right. Missy sent him.
I don't work out at Missy's gym. I work out at a real gym.
Man, I love it. What a predicament you found yourself in there. Jesus Christ. Now what are you gonna do next time you see this guy?
Exactly.
Are you gonna shut your locker preemptively,
Dude,
or are you gonna muscle up and tell this guy to fuck off and leave your locker alone?
So help me God, if I see this motherfucker standing in front of a locker when it's fucking open, I'm gonna go, "Hey, little man," and then I'm gonna walk over there and shut the fucking locker and be like, "Let's keep this locker closed so nobody gets hurt," and then walk away.
MSS, how much shorter is this guy than you? I want to know.
He was like tit high. He's tit high.
But
he's a little guy.
Could he fuck you up though?
Maybe, because you know what? Sometimes the crazy people that do shit like that are fucking crazy, and they don't have that pause. They're like, "You know what? I shouldn't really grab this guy's balls and just pull really hard, or I shouldn't catch him right in the fucking throat or overreact on something that is this." So yeah, no, could he take me down? Probably. I'm a lover, not a fighter. So
That's right.
Put him in.
Damn, CJ wants you to throw him in the locker.
Man.
God damn. CJ's right. I believe him.
So anyway, that's my banter for tonight. A nice, short, sweet, to the point. It's like, hey, I don't want to be rambling. So
damn. I mean, great story. Great story. I mean, I want a visual of this guy now.
I'm gonna follow him too. If something else happens, there's another altercation here.
I need at least a picture, possibly a video. Possibly a street fight video.
I'm definitely not taking video in the locker room. That's a little odd, and I definitely don't want to get my ass kicked by a ton of dudes.
Unemployed dad fights.
Guys are really showing me something in here. Beef, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, boys. I saw this video, and it's getting a ton of traction, and I really need to ask some questions to you guys, but specifically my guy, My Sock Summer, because in these 108 walls,
I'm excited.
In the 108ing world, he is for sure the love doctor. Okay, he is the guy that we go to, marital advice, dating advice, everything.
Yeah.
There was this Atlanta Braves field reporter, Wiley Ballard, and I'm going to play a 70-second clip, and he's on TV, he's interviewing some random fans, and the play-by-play guy and the color guy tell him he's got to get digits from these ladies. I don't know if you guys have seen this shit or not. But I'm going to play it for you right now. So any of the podcast listeners are going to play this right now. It is the Atlanta Braves in Toronto. They're at the what used to be called the Sky Dome. They're playing a game there, and it's their field reporter Wiley Ballard out there talking to some fans.
We're having a lot of fun up here up the Corona rooftop. Who do we got here? What's your name?
My name's Lauren.
Lawrence, all right.
And I'm Kayla.
Kayla, and you guys hang out at the rooftop lounge often?
Once a year I come out to visit.
Okay, well, we timed it pretty well. All right, good. How are you guys feeling about rooting for the Braves today?
Oof, I don't know. I'm hoping for the best.
What about you? Are you a Braves fan now?
Not quite.
Not quite. All right, I'm gonna go to work up here, guys. Good luck the rest of the way.
Okay, Wiley. You got 4 innings to get the numbers.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Get us some more Braves fans.
All right, so they want me to get your number.
They want you to get my
I'm dead serious. They're saying in my ear right now. She doesn't believe me because she thinks you guys are not. I'm making this up. Even if you guys weren't, I might use that in the future. That's actually a pretty good move.
This is unbelievable.
So the best part of this right now is that Wiley could totally be faking it. This might be the new move. Just walk around with a FanDuel microphone and an earpiece in and convince fans that they're actually on TV.
I should have thought of this years ago.
I am speechless.
I got the number. We're good.
Oh my God.
That lady's husband is fucking livid right now.
So I'm going to ask a couple questions for you on that. Scale of 1 to 10. How does West Coast MSS grade this angle to getting a lady's number?
Oh, that's a 9-10. Yeah, easy.
That's a great angle, right? Yeah.
The reason it is because first of all, you got to have that job, which is like, I mean, that's a hard job to get. So whatever. Right. But then also to be like, kind of like, I care about this job, but I don't really care about this job. I'm going to ask this bra for her numbers. So yeah, the digits. So I got to give it to him because that, I mean, listen, you know who would hate that? Jerry Reinsdorf. That motherfucker don't like guys eating on camera. He definitely don't want his sideline reporter out there trying to get the dudes, you know? It's too much. Like, think if Brooke Fletcher went out and got somebody's number in the 108. Like, I'd be giving her bad props too. That's a 10. That's a 10 move. That's a 10 move.
Tracy just shaking his head.
You don't think it's a good move?
That was that was so ridiculous. Like, I mean,
it's ridiculous, but it's a good move.
No, it's not.
It's
terrible. It's not effective.
Oh,
it's not effective.
Got the number.
That ain't going nowhere. That's an on the spot situation. That guy was a big ass dork. You saw him. You saw what he looked like. Plus, he called her Lawrence when she said, "He's like, oh, my name's Lawrence."
Hey, Lawrence. You know, but
wrong.
It's easy to like going back to
Lawrence, and then
a subject that we had before. She was so good looking that he put an S on the end of the name because she was so good.
He improved it. It's like the Jules. That's right. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what happened
like,
there.
Oh man, you're not Laura.
Yeah,
anymore.
only
You're
he made it into a man's name, so that's not great.
K Dog says Shrift Dog telling Connor McKnight to get dudes' numbers in the 108 would go hard though. That could be real. Now, second question for MSS. So we determined that the angle's good, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how much Riz does Wiley Ballard display in that video?
Oh man, like a 6. Like it wasn't really over.
You're making my case. This is a pity.
It wasn't over.
Two different things. Two different
the
topics.
move and how you sell it are two different things. The selling, the move
tire
was
company.
fine. It was the other stuff. He's like, oh man, they're just telling me to do it. They're just telling me to do it. You know, like no, that's nah. You gotta be a little more than that. You gotta be like, yeah, they might be saying that I'm supposed to be doing it, but I really want to talk to you. You know, like get that voice down because he has that hillbilly voice, you know, the southern voice there. He's got to like just kind of take it down a little bit and just get
lower
like
down.
Play. play with her a little bit.
It was too high. You're right. He was a little too. Yeah, it was a little too rushed there. He could have been
telling me, here, put it in my phone, sweetheart. Come on. It's like
go deep into the draw. That would have been. I kind of agree with that. John Carney says the play-by-play guy baited them and got away with it. Stealth move. Yeah, that impressed me too. Is like that they just went for it and on the call and they were like, this guy will do whatever we tell him to, and he goes out there and he has to actually do it. That impressed me the shit out of me. Now, Chorizo, I see you're a naysayer right here. So out in these Twitter streets, let me tell you something.
Well,
people have been saying, "What's up?"
Throw this at you. Yeah. I'm a naysayer of the move in general. I kind of like the play-by-play guy just going like, "I'm going to make this dickhead do whatever I want." I'm a fan of the play-by-play guy.
Yep.
Because he even said it in a way that you could construe it that he was just saying, "We need more fans. We needed to get the numbers
He
up."
said recruit fans. Yeah, basically that's what he said. Yeah, no, that's true. He did.
He didn't say get laid. He said we need more fans. So I like it because he did it well to make himself not look like a huge asshole. But he's being a Teresi asshole.
I was just saying, he's like you covering his tracks, knowing he is an asshole, but he's moving the fuck out of the way so he doesn't get the
dickhead.
The anvil doesn't fall on him. That's basically it. But my question for you though is, I've seen it out in these Twitter streets, and people are saying this is a blatant double standard. That if a woman did this, there'd be a bunch of slut shaming, etc. Whereas since it's a guy doing it, we're having laughs and lolling about it, whatever the fuck. Where does your moral compass fall with something like this? Is this more just like a playful thing, or do you think this kind of goes too far with with doing that?
So if you're taking it what if a female reporter did this?
Yeah.
First of all, the play-by-play guy would be in a fucking world of hurt. This would be the stupidest thing he ever said.
Yeah.
Hey, you're hard up. Why don't you talk to one of these guys? Get that guy's number. Like that. It's much harder to deliver that line that the play-by-play. So I'm more worried about the play-by-play guy in that situation. That's a terrible move if you try that as a play-by-play guy. But like if it was tables returned, I think it would still just be as wicked. Cringy as that was.
No, it would being the male on the receiving of that and being on TV and some, girl that has a nice job and is like probably pretty good looking. Like Sierra Santos used to be out there with all the people. You think of Sierra Santos coming up, feet aside, if she comes up to you and like offers to try to get your number or something, like
good night, everyone.
Absolutely.
Wait a second. See, I think that's the problem though. I think that's part of the problem.
Your brother. I'm sorry. I killed him. I'm sorry.
Snuck that in there, you bastard.
Is that like you need to make the analogy? You need an equally dorky female reporter. Like you can't be using Sierra Santos.
He's not ugly though. That guy's not ugly.
Yeah, people that do these jobs are handsome. That guy's
he looks like he could be on any of those Bravo shows with the wives or whatever. Like, this is my boyfriend,
Yeah, but he's got to be the rich one. He's not the one they got because he's handsome.
Exactly.
Like, it's not the widow's rich and she married. No. He's the rich one for sure.
If he's like on one of those shows, he's either got a huge bank account or a huge something.
He's a douchey friend that you think might be racist, but you're not sure.
But I agree with MSS. It doesn't have to necessarily be, what you call goofy, Treasy, because all these people that do these jobs generally are very attractive. The field reporter people,
Okay, sure, that guy's very attractive.
Sure. He's trying to hate. Yeah, Alex Root. That's right. Absolutely. I thought it was a very weird thing.
Getting married.
But it was very weird. I took it as a total joke the entire time. I didn't take it as that he was actually getting numbers to like convert on, and that they even thought of it that way. Like I just thought it was like this is a TV.
He got the number though.
No, I agree. People were playing along with it, but to me, it felt like a TV stunt more than anything else.
Well, hold on a second. Let me ask you guys a separate question.
Wait till they get married. It's gonna be great.
If he sends a text to that number, that isn't like, "Hey, thank you for playing along tonight. It was great to meet you," or something. Like if he sends a legit follow-up text, how fucked up is that?
I think the best move would be at like 2 a.m. Just texting her going up ?
That's the only text. That's the only acceptable text.
No,
other than that,
whatever. Just be like up question mark.
you staying here?
I think that's what the kids do to hook up. Like we never really texted. It cost too much back in the day. It's like 25 cents a text.
Treasy, how you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good. I want to make an announcement. I think that everybody is out on this guy now, or most people are out on him, which is Colson Montgomery.
Oh, poor guy.
I'm in buy low mode. I'm a Colson Montgomery guy now. I'm a Colson Montgomery guy.
Oh no!
I love it, Treasy. Let's go, baby.
So I will be rooting for him to make it to the majors. If he makes it to the majors and they put him on the board for Rookie of the Year, I might bet it.
It's already on there.
We're all in. Is it there? Is it there?
I have
it
already.
Is it still there?
You can buy
I'll
MSS
check.
ticket.
I have it.
I'll check. I'll buy you a ticket from you.
Let me
But
see
I want
what
it for
is.
more than that.
Then what do you bet? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You want a real
bet? You don't want the dollars that I bet? Oh, come on.
I don't think the futures are up right now, but we'll check it out tomorrow. See if we get it on it.
I have
But
it.
I'm a
have
Colson guy.
Rookie of the Year.
I'm a Colson guy.
Here we go. All the predictions are coming.
Easy.
Got to 70 homers for Colson.
Easy 70. Easy 70.
Why did you come to this realization? What did you wake up? I know you didn't sleep a lot last night.
Drugs.
Is it because you were sleep deprived and you're like, and this is just starts happening to you, or what's the deal?
Maybe it is. But I think it's that I have so little faith in everyone else in general. That when I start to see everybody get out on something, I think it's time for me to get in on it.
Why not? Right?
Okay.
Let's take a shot.
I have him at plus 2,600, but I only bet $1. But American League Rookie of the Year, and I got it on I think it's DraftKings or no FanDuel. So
I'll give you 50 cents for that ticket.
That's good reasoning.
I think it was a
agree.
bonus bet, so I'll take that 50 cents, and I will buy myself a company. So,
But speaking of bets, Beef, we got to check in on the season-long bets because they're not doing good.
They're not doing good. No,
They're not doing good. Well, some of them are not doing good.
not bad.
Let's talk White Sox wins right now. We've got over 49.5.
we do.
You know what they're on pace for, Beef, after today's loss?
Not enough.
36.
Oh
36
my
wins
God.
pace. Steak dinner bet.
Yeah.
You've got over White Sox total runs scored over 555.5.
Yes.
They're on pace right now for 486.
That's not good at all.
Got
Now,
Big
I'm
catch.
not worried that much though because
It's
we're early in the
cold.
schedule. It's been cold. Exactly. We've been in bad weather, and we not everyone's here yet. Kind of the people that would be bets,
Okay.
not all here yet. They're starting to come. They're starting to show up a little bit, and they've just been dreadful. Like I know. Even if you don't believe in Luis Robert or Andrew Vaughn, they're not as bad as they've been these first 3-4 weeks here. They'll get better than that. So I'm not really worried about that bet. I think that bet gets covered pretty easily, even though we are in a world of hurt right now. We need to turn it up a lot.
It's not great. It's not great. But Beef, Pete Alonso,
Oh, baby. Let's go.
he's third in the MLB. 21 RBI in 19 games. MSS, I will give you a crisp $5 bill if you tell me who's number one in the league. And I will give you a hint.
Number one league in what?
RBI.
RBIs.
So you once suggested him for the Sox as a free agent, and we were all like, you know what? That is a really, really good move. So my Sox summer, can you remember who this was?
Okay, there's two that come to mind, and one I can't even remember his name. He played for the Braves, and I'm not going to go with that guy,
Okay.
but I'm going to go with Schwarber. Schwarber? No, not.
No, it's your guy Wilmer Flores.
Oh, fuck. It was a nice low cost ad, potentially. Yeah, he's got 23 RBI.
He's having an insane start to his season. He's at
Yeah.
like 23 RBI, which is insane.
Yeah, Judge is second with 21.
Okay.
Judge is, our guy Pete Alonso's right there. So
I was just thinking Schwarber for some reason. Then I was thinking of that. Who was the guy that was really good in the outfield, and then he like beat his wife, and then got caught with the gun from Atlanta.
yeah, he's back there. Marcelo Zuna. Is that
that's good.
Yeah, no, they let
guy
he's back though. He's
Flores, Azuña, they're the same.
I was watching them play the other day. That dude got all hurt on his way running the first. They just left him in. They made him run all the way around the bases. It looked like he was like he had a broken leg. It's ridiculous.
They're already all hurt anyway, man. There's nothing you can do. You got to leave that fucking guy.
We got
no problem.
We got no one else to put it. We're gonna have to put a coach in.
They're yelling, "Earn it! You got to earn it!"
MSS, man. I think it's
Yeah.
time to Bills.
This is the final time, so enjoy it, folks.
Fish fry Fridays in the windy city haze, rolling to Lawrence for that holy praise. Breaded kites of Savior wrapped in paper gold, the smell of fried shrimp and never gets old. Down in Lawrence is on a Lenten spree, fish and shrimp, feeding salty souls like me. Forgiveness served on a platter real hot with tartar and ketchup. This spot just hits the spot.
That's right. Tomorrow is the final day of Lent. It is Good Friday, so you still cannot have meat tomorrow. You have to wait until after Sunday or after tomorrow. So please go over to Lawrence's and get yourself a good fish sandwich. All right. All right. Thank you.
Now it's early in the season, but the Sox have hit the shittiness level already that they don't get the first segment of the show. They're already out. So
They haven't earned it.
we're doing first call, baby. First call is back. I'm going to start it off.
All right.
'cause
I'm settling in.
Coming out hot. I like chorizo coming out hot. Let's go.
I was looking at something the other day, and there's some movies that are turning 30 years old.
Oh.
And one caught my eye, and I was like, holy shit. I know that guy was in another movie that year. That's crazy that he has these two movies. So I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to go 8 movies total. They're going to be against each other,
All right.
but they're going to share an actor in common.
Okay.
So the first one, I think this might be letting you guys in easy on this one, but it's Hackers versus Basketball Diaries, both with Lorraine Bracco. So Hackers versus Basketball Diaries, both 1995, both have Lorraine Bracco, hot off of Goodfellas. My Sock Summer, you take in Hackers or Basketball Diaries?
Both those movies are kind of Basketball Diaries. I'll take Basketball Diaries. I don't really care much for Hackers.
Oh man, great flick. Early Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
I'm surprised your horniness didn't take you in that direction.
Yeah.
The dude from the Scream movies is in that. I don't like him so much.
Oh, Matthew Lillard? Yeah.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard, he scares me. I was gonna say the dude from SLC Punk, but I didn't. But yeah, he freaks me out. I don't like gingers.
Beef, Basketball Diaries or Hackers? Which one are you going with?
Oh, it's definitely Basketball Diaries for me. But I did think like, oh man, Hackers has a young Angelina Jolie in there, man. Like when we were, we were just a little younger than her, but she was probably 20 or whatever in that movie. That was like, oh yeah, that's nice. But Basketball Diaries is terrific, man. I love that movie. I've rewatched it since then. Chorizo, you and I always make jokes about the Bruno Kirby character. You know, what are you waiting in here for me? You want to come over and have a couple pizzas and make a night of it?
We'll make a night of it. Fill out some college forms, get a couple pizzas, make a night of it. That's one of the. That guy is as creepy as the guy getting the numbers in the.
Oh no way! Not even close. How dare you?
You know what's crazy?
Soliciting in the bathroom. How dare you do that?
You know what was crazy? Remember when that guy actually like died in real life, and they were like, he went on. He was still a coach there for like these 20 years. They're like, they made a fucking movie about what a creep this guy was. You kept letting him be around kids.
Don't say nothing. Just let the guy keep going, man. This is the Catholic Church. Let's go.
This is better with fruit juice. I just wanted to say, if you're gonna have an Incredible Hulk, get some limes. It's better with the limes. Okay.
Struggling over there. My man's struggling. He's trying to press fresh fruit into his.
Beef, I'm gonna go to you.
Want you to know.
I'm gonna go to you first on this.
All right.
2 comedies, same year, huge comedies. Both have Chris Farley. Billy Madison versus Tommy Boy.
Oh man, not even close, man. I fucking love Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy. I go back and watch Tommy Boy. I wrote an article about like the greatest achievements of fat guys, and one of them in there was when Tommy sold 500,000 brake pads at the end of the movie. Man, I fucking love that shit. When he faked that he had a bomb tied to him, but it was really just road flares or whatever. Yeah, absolutely great movie. And Spade and Farley together always works for me. It's always like those two guys keeping it tight. Yeah, man, I love that movie. Brian Dennehy. It's just Bo Derek. I mean, what a great movie.
I can't even tell you how many times I was awakened in my slumber during my sophomore year in college, and our 6 guys sleeping in a 4-bedroom apartment to the sounds of, I don't know, that seems like a nice piece of shit, like, you know, from the fucking Billy Madison. But I'm also going, if we're speaking truly just on, you know, Farley's character, you gotta go with fucking Tommy Boy. Even though that Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ace, he's like, I'm speaking from experience, dude. Like, even though I can still quote that, I can probably still quote a lot of Tommy Boy stuff too. So I have to stick with Loaf on that one and stay with the Tommy Boy.
Now, I will say the actor in this one is maybe not in the best light these days.
Okay.
But at that time, these are 2 massive flicks. 7 and The Usual Suspects came out the same year, a month apart, even. So yes, Kevin Spacey in both of these films. Which one you taking, My Sock Summer?
I would say just because, I probably watched Usual Suspects more. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Usual Suspects just because you can watch that again and you can show it to people and watch people flip out after you know what's going on. And it's a little more, but 7 is really good too. Like, it's just like, it's disgusting. You know, they have all the weird killing. I don't know, man. That's hard. That's really hard. Like, because he goes through all of the, you know, like,
you hear the next one
and all that stuff. I mean, just love that. Man, fuck it. You know what? I'm going. No, I'm not. I'm sticking with Usual Suspects. I'm just sticking with Usual Suspects. Of course. Yeah, I'm sticking with
a quick drink here. Cheers, Long. Thank you.
Long. Thank you.
Long. Good night.
Dude, I owe you 2 Incredible Hulks now, my friend. So please come see us.
Beef. Which one are you taking?
Man, absolute no-brainer for me. It's 7. Because 7 blew my fucking mind when it came out. It was like, Usual Suspects was good, and it had the twist at the end. I was like, oh, this is kind of a cool movie or whatever. 7 went way out there and dared you to, like, holy shit, is this really what the movie is and what it's going to be? And then showing that stuff, and then that ending is powerful and insane, and you're just like, oh no, like, fuck. Just a wild movie. Great actors in that movie. Obviously, Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, to go along with Kevin Spacey. I mean, just like a ridiculous cast. And like, I like a movie that, even if I'm not going to watch it on the regular, because you're right, MSS is right. You can watch Usual Suspects more often. Yeah. You can watch 7 once a decade, basically. But the fact that it challenged your mind in that way and it went that far really was meaningful to me.
Yeah, I think 7 is a movie that is still kind of crazy today, and it's 30 years old.
Yeah.
Right. But I also think Usual Suspects is a movie, and I've talked about this with you guys before, the idea of seeing a movie again for the first time. If you could, like, cleanse your brain of a movie and rewatch it for the first time, Usual Suspects got to be top of that list.
Right.
So yeah,
for sure.
It's or
The Sixth Sense.
It is really right. I don't put those in the same fucking class, but I get where you're going. I got a drink from Drake. This blunt's for MSS, and drink again.
Cheers. Thanks, Trey.
Thank you, buddy.
So this last one,
no.
MSS, I already know Beef's answer to this. So I'm going to go to you first on this and let you make a decision.
Oh, boy.
But Big Daddy De Niro put out Heat and Casino in the same year. That's ridiculous. That's way better than being in the same movie twice like he's trying to do now. 2 absolute 3-hour bangers in the same year. You taking Heat or Casino, MSS?
Casino. A drunk Sharon Stone. Oh, yeah. No, I got to go with that. And just like, listen.
So wait, are you saying that you got a great ass and you got your head way up it? Because you might be thinking of the other movie.
No, I loved Casino. I thought Casino was really good, and it was very long. You had to get the double VHS tape when you took it out at the rental store. Yes. So you had to go home with 2, and I was like, oh shit, what are we doing? This is a long time. So yeah, no, I'm definitely going with Casino. Plus, I can't remember the last time I saw Heat, and I probably should watch that again.
Beef, I know where you're going.
I mean, you know me, I like Casino better than I like Goodfellas.
Yeah.
And I just think that it's a more well-wrapped and developed story about an entire life. And yeah, I mean, it's just an absolutely insane thing. And then the fact that Lefty Rosenthal is, you know, kind of from the area, and the fact that we know Sammy Mendelson, who's his like great nephew or whatever, is like ties it even together more. But like peak De Niro, peak Sharon Stone, peak Pesci, and then even like Rickles and all the other like side characters. It's like
Rickles,
Dick Smothers, and like there's so many goddamn really good characters in that movie. It's just a great movie. He has a couple scenes, like the shooting scenes, that shit that is just like insane stuff. But for me, Casino as a whole film, I'm in there.
Sharon Stone in like the 60s, 70s clothing too, right? You know, and like just that. And like, listen, I'm a man that cut my teeth on Playboys from the 60s and 70s. So that was the kind of girl that I like. So when I see that, you see some nice naturals and then like some tan lines. Oh, the MSS, he's got to put his hands up. Oh, you got to be careful.
No, it's a good point, MSS, because we are, you know, we see in a coochie in Basic Instinct, but so what? I don't care about seeing a coochie. I watch her in this movie, and she looks elegant and beautiful, and she's fucked up and got a drug problem and a gambling problem, and she has a fucking pimp boyfriend. And I just think I could fix her. I can fix her.
Yeah. James Woods, that's good any day. Thank you for reminding me the movies were way better 30 years ago. Cheers.
Thank you, Jared.
Cheers. I was trying
so while I'm putting this together, guys, I'm looking for some movies because like there's some other movies that like aren't like the greatest movie ever, but like that I really enjoyed when I was 15, 16 years old. Clueless and Mallrats are in there, right?
Both.
And I'm trying to see like who's in other movies that year out of these people. And I ran into this movie twice because Jeremy London and Alicia Silverstone are both in this movie. I don't really remember it, but I watched the trailer for it and it looks absolutely fucked up. Do you guys remember a movie called The Babysitter? It is.
Yes.
It looked like some wild ass shit. I knew you would know it, MSS.
I know
it seems like a very horny movie. And like,
I'm thinking of The Crush. So no, I don't know the baby. Maybe I don't know The Babysitter.
This looks eerily similar
to The Crush.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks, but it's like super fucked up.
Are we in the nest? Are we in the trust tree right now? Can I admit something to you guys? Yeah. Treasy brought up Mallrats. I think Mallrats is horrible. I'm sorry. I hated Mallrats from the second I watched it the first time. It's so bad.
Beef. I love that soundtrack. Yes. I love that movie when I was 15.
Yeah.
That movie is fucking terrible. It is horribly bad. I can watch it because of nostalgia. But I couldn't ever tell someone like the people in this chat that are like in their 20s. I couldn't go like, gotta check out Mallrats. No. I'll definitely defend Clerks to the end of the earth.
Clerks is a good movie.
The original Clerks is incredibly funny. But then he followed it up with Mallrats, and you're like, this is great. And then you like watch it the second or third time, and you're like, this is not very good. This Jason Lee fella seems pretty funny, but I don't know what the hell's going on in this movie.
Yeah, I have not seen The Babysitter as I'm watching this thing. No,
it looks fucked up. I'm gonna watch it. I might have to watch it.
I might have to watch it too. We'll drink some Incredible Hulks and get down on it.
All right, My Sock Summer. Why don't you give us your first call?
All right, I'll pay some bills. So yeah, I'm going with a movie too, but it's available on Netflix. And you guys know that I love documentaries, and anything that I see that's fucked up. My life is so good. I need to watch stuff that makes me cry. And so I needed to watch this the other day. It's called Gone Girls, and it's about the Long Island serial killer. Now, if you haven't seen it, and you don't want to know anything about it, you might want to skip ahead because I'm going to talk about some things. But it's all public knowledge. I mean, this is the case just closed, or not closed, but it's they figured it out. But it explores the Gilgo Beach serial killings and the long search for the missing woman and the suspect. It's told from the perspectives of the victims and their loved ones who fought to gain justice for them. Now, there are 10 victims in this movie so far, right? Like they're still discovering stuff. Like, listen, like guy just got arrested in 2023, so he's just going up for trial. So like there's starting out more and more about this story. But this guy potentially operated from 1993 and until 2011, and they didn't find the remains of all his killings until 2010. So he worked for a year. He was killing for a year after that. Now, there are 10 victims. They're mostly sex workers. So right out from the onset, right, police did not really think that a serial killer killed all of them. It was just, it could have been random people that were just hooking up with sex workers, and they didn't give them the respect that they deserved as hardworking women on the back page of Craigslist. So now what makes it funny, though, is that the police not only didn't think it was one killer, they were all found within a 10 stretch mile on one little island in Long Island. So like they were just up the street, like the whole thing. So for a police officer to say, or an investigator to say, oh, I don't think they're all the same, it's the whole dumping ground. Like all of the victims are in the same area. How is this not the person, right? So they're like, nah,
the opposite of that season of The Wire.
Yeah, don't buy this. So anyway, they're all found in the same area, and nothing really happened until the FBI got involved and started like bringing up all the stuff that they had gathered in the initial investigation, because the police department ended up being so goddamn corrupt. Okay, they couldn't. They like the leader of the police department was fighting with the district attorney. They both get fired. One of them goes to jail. They hire a new guy. They put a new guy in. He's all fucked up. It's just all crazy. So a bunch of people got fired. Now, it's a good movie. Yeah, you're a good documentary. You should watch it. It's got some good twists and turns. But the biggest twist and turn came from the winter of 2010. Shortly after police discovered the remains of his roommate and 3 other women buried on a remote stretch of Long Island shoreline, Dave Schaller provided detectives with a description of the person he believed to be the killer. More crucially, Schaller told them about his truck. The man they were looking for was a towering Frankenstein-like figure with an empty glaze who drove a first-generation Chevrolet Avalanche. Now, I don't know if you guys remember what the Avalanche truck is, but it was like this big, like pickup truck, like with like a kind of like a third row with a cab, but like a shitload of plastic on it. It's a very like unique looking truck. Okay. So he told them all this stuff, and they said, this is the man you're looking for. And this is, and he said, he's like, the man they were looking for was a towering, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Sorry. Which he used to flee the house when he was over at the house of this guy, Schaller, and the girlfriend. So on that night, Schaller said he came home to find this stranger, the big hulking guy, threatening his roommate, who was an occasional sex worker who had locked herself in the bathroom. The 2 men came to blows, with the hulking intruder eventually leaving in the truck. Prosecutors say Costello was last seen alive on September 2nd in 2010 as she left her home to meet that same client. This woman went back. The witness saw a dark colored truck drive by the house again shortly after he left. And then so Schaller says, when they told me he was dead, there was the first person who jumped on my head. Schaller told the Associated Press, I've been picturing his face for 13 years. They did not come across the clue that he gave them in 2010 about this guy until 2023, when they re-earthed all of these things. And so they re-earthed all these things, and they're like, okay.
Only 13 years.
They said, who owned a Chevy Avalanche truck during these times? Guess how many hits they got? 3 fucking hits. The police.
That's too many to go out and search trees.
The police then go cross.
Could be anyone.
Who owns these trucks and fits the description of a hulking person? One fucking person. And they knew that he had burner phones in the city of Manhattan, and he had his burner phones in Long Island. And there was only one guy that worked in the city of Manhattan that lived in Long Island. And it's the fucking killer that the guy gave him the tip to in 2010. But it took him 15 fucking years to like finally get the clue and then catch the guy. This is terrifying, folks. And this is the part of the listen, the murdering, the killing, and all the rapes and all this stuff. It's bad, right?
Yeah.
And it is so bad. But when you have a guy that says, "Hey, this is a big motherfucker, and he's driving this truck," and the police are like, "We have no idea how to find this." They have all of the clues. It's like Swingers. You have these big fucking claws. How do you kill the rabbit? I don't know. You have all the shit there. I was so pissed off. So when they got in and the new district attorney came in, his quote was, "This was crucial information, and I don't know why they didn't share it," said Rob Trout, a county legislator who worked for the Suffolk County Police detective until 2013. They made some serious blunders here. Holy shit. So anyway, these guys, that was the one part that really pissed me off, is that the police had the information to get in to catch this fucking killer, and they sat on it and didn't do anything. So, as NWA says, in this case, fuck the police. You should watch it, though. It's really good.
Baloney says, "I was too busy today, MSS and Long Island PD." Pretty much.
But it's a good watch, and it's sad. And it's what I also found was sad about it is that, you know, people's, even then in 2000s were like, "Oh, they're just whores. Don't worry about them. They're prostitutes. They're not really people. So we don't really have to put too many resources into it." And it's just fucked up. It was just really fucked up. So they don't even know how many people this guy killed.
Killings that they know about happened between 2010 and 23. It was 10? 10 more.
10.
They
10
did.
that they know of. They don't know all of them are out there. Like, there could be more. He had vacation property, so they're checking into murders that were in these vacation places. And even more fucked up about
vacant streets, just like in the wire.
He had a wife and he had 2 kids, and he had imprisoned these people and like would keep them. He had like these houses, like flop houses and stuff, where he would like chain women up and just leave them there, and then slowly kill them. I mean, it's fucked. And to think that they had the information to catch him. But I don't think he killed, we don't know if he killed anybody post 2011. So they could have prevented some murders, or maybe they scared him enough. But my God, it's
I got a drink
crazy.
From our guy CJ.
Cheers.
We just got swept at home by the nomadic athletics of somewhere in Cali, guys. Let MSS ramble all he wants. Can't be worse than watching the Sox. Fuck it. Nothing matters anymore. Cheers, everyone.
CJ. Thank you for the drink, CJ.
Thanks, CJ. But I'm done. I'm done. It's a good one. Go on the Netflix and go watch it.
Beef, do you have something darker that we could talk about?
I do not. And we can rifle through mine. I want to play the lyric game again with you guys. About 6 weeks ago, I think it was maybe 2 months ago, I brought some rap lyrics here, and I had you guys try to guess who the MC was of the rap lyrics.
Lyric game.
And you guys were like, "Well, this is kind of tough," or whatever. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go in your wheelhouse. We're gonna go 90s rock and alternative.
You know, I'm gonna fuck all these up now.
And we're gonna guess some lyrics, and we'll go back and forth on this. Now, I'm not gonna give you the song name,
okay,
because I think that's that'll make it too easy for you guys, because you guys know the bands real well. So I'm just going to go ahead and call everything 90s rock. Give you the lyric, multiple choice. So, Teresi, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Nice Next Summer? All right. This is number 1. Rock song number 1. The lyric is, "My hands are tied. For all I've seen has changed my mind. But still, the wars go on as the years go by with no love of God or human rights." Teresa E., you're first. Multiple choice. Is it A, John Bon Jovi, B, Bruce Dickinson, C, James Hetfield, or D, Axl Rose?
I think that is Axl Rose, Guns N' Roses, Civil War.
Yep.
So you'll answer D, My Sock Summer?
Yeah, it's D, Civil War.
Final answer, D, it is Civil War. You guys got the first one right. So 1 point for each of you.
Look at that.
Correct. Nice job.
Yeah.
It's only going to get harder from here. I apologize. All right. Number 2, My Sock Summer. You will go first.
All right.
90s rock song number 2. Breathing is the hardest thing to do with all I've said and all that's dead for you. You lied. Goodbye. Is this lyric sung by A, Scott Weiland, B, Scott Stapp, C, Scott Lucas, or D, Scott Radinsky? My Sock Summer, you are first.
Breathing is the hardest thing to do with all I've said, and that's all dead for you. You lied. Goodbye. It's not really jumping out at me. So it makes me think that I have to like guess somebody that I don't know. So I'm gonna go with Scott Weiland.
Okay. Scott Weiland. Teresi, you're up next. Who do you think?
Yeah, I think that's Weiland. I'm almost positive that's Weiland.
Boys, you are both correct again. That is Scott Weiland. That's Interstate Love Song. That's Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah,
Great song.
Yep. That song sucks.
That's why I wanted to give it to you first. I wanted to see if you would get that one or not. I put all the Scotts in there for that one. All right, number 3. Rock song number 3, and Teresi is up first.
Oh, Jesus.
And the lyrics for this one are, how can I forget? And he hit me with a surprise left.
It's Eddie Vedder, Jeremy, right? That's Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Be Pearl Jam or be Eddie Vedder is what you're saying.
Open.
That's over. You agree? Be Eddie Vedder?
And he hit me with a surprise left. My jaw liver. Oh, drive on open.
Hey, don't get this.
That's correct.
Don't get this demonetized. You're singing it too
That's
close.
funny. I was originally going to use the song Black, and I'm looking at these lyrics. I'm like, you guys will never get these lyrics. There's no way you know the lyrics in Black that aren't the
probably
chorus.
do know the do you have them right there?
No.
Oh,
No, I was just looking them up before.
that'd been awesome.
You guys are both 3 for 3, so maybe I made this game a little too easy. Rock song number 4, and my sex number is first. The lyric is pink ribbon scarves that
Billy
never
Corgan.
forget.
Today.
That's correct. I tried so hard to cleanse these regrets.
Yeah. Agreed.
What's not fair about this one is that we used to cover that in the band that I was in. So I definitely knew pink ribbon scars that never forget, which is just a great line.
That's a great line. You guys are cooking this game 4 for 4. See if I can
You should have given it to Dolores O'Riordan. I would have nailed it. MSS would have had no idea.
Crazy. I'm just gonna say that I think the Axl Rose one was the hardest one so far. Like maybe the Scott Weiland one, maybe Interstate Love Song.
I thought the Axl Rose one was the easiest one. To be honest,
we listened to it on Sunday,
and we argued about what was the best song on that album. I was like, let's lead off with this one. All right, rock song number 5. Teresi will go first, and the lyric is: "And the sky was made of amethyst, and all the stars were just like little fish."
That's Courtney Love. That's a whole song.
Yeah.
So that's the
Yes.
answers are A, Courtney Love, B, Louise Post, C, Jonah Apple, D, PJ Harvey, and you guys are correct. You guys cooked this whole game.
Courtney
5
Love.
for 5. That's Courtney Love. That is Violet.
I want to
Nice
make
job.
the violet more violent.
I got to make this way harder next time. Is what I realized.
Yeah, that sucks.
I gave you guys too many layups on that one.
Man, bad segment, dude. Really.
The rap
Week.
songs, you guys get your ass kicked. Now I might have to give you a beat.
That was harder, yeah, for sure.
You should give us something that like we should know, but we don't. Like some classic rock songs or something. We'll fuck that up really bad. Oh, it's Led Zeppelin again.
Alex is right. Courtney Love, good topic for MSS True Crime Podcast. Allegedly.
Can we get El Duce on the show? Oh wait, no, he's never mind.
God damn it.
I think he's dead. Or is he in jail?
Hey, I hit by a train.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's not with us anymore.
My Sox Summer. Do you know what time it is?
Yeah, I know what time it is.
Baseball is back, White Sox fans, and we're thrilled to have you back on the South Side and excited to help you make this season even more special. Whether you're celebrating a win or lamenting a loss, there's no better way to do it than in a Mazda from Mazda of Orland Park. Driving a Mazda is a truly thrilling experience. It's just like watching Paul DeYoung hit homers at the park. And just like Paul, Mazda cars are some of the most reliable and stylish vehicles on the road. They offer an enjoyable driving experience with sleek designs and advanced technology. Mazdas are also fuel efficient, making them a practical choice for those who want to save money on gas. So why not take your car game to the next level and test drive a Mazda today? Mazda of Orland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park. 708-444-3200. Zoom Zoom.
Guys, you know what time for? Teresi might be drunk.
Oh,
That's
yes.
So let's get into it.
Oh, yes.
Let's get into it. We had the Sunday soak this past weekend, and we talked about who we want to see brought up from the minors. Beef, you and me. Within days,
bro.
Within days, you got Steven Wilson, and then I got Edgar Caro. And Edgar Caro's the guy I was talking about in the soak. Was you're not going to figure out any more with him at AAA. Like that's too much of a hitter's park for a hitter like him. You're gonna overthink the power, right? And you want to see him become a good catcher. And you've got McKinven and Butera here. Bring him up here. Let's go.
Let's do it.
He's an interesting player to me. And the interesting thing about him is that he's not great at anything, but he's good at pretty much everything except running. Not great on the base paths. He's a little slow, but everything else, he's good. He's a good player. He does everything pretty good, which is way better than most of the players we have had to watch for the past few years.
Mm-hmm.
So he is a sight for sore eyes.
Yes.
But what I'm really going to be paying attention to with him is the defense. Does the defense get good enough where you're like, we can depend on this guy, not necessarily as an everyday, like 60, 70% of the games, half the time. Can he split the time? Because we know Kyle Teal can play behind the plate too. These are your future catchers. I want to make sure that he can do this. Then we'll look at the hit tool. I think the hit tool coming out of the gates is going to be very walkish, kind of like what we're seeing from Mydrith, where he's like he's taking a lot of pitches. He's making sure he's swinging at good stuff. I like that trait in both of them, but I don't think we're going to really see the true hitter that he's going to become for a little bit. Like that's going to take a while. I want to see the defense. I want to see that he can come in here day in, day out and play well behind the plate, work with the pitchers, all of that. So that's what I'm looking forward to in him. Beef, what are you looking at in a Edgar Carroll?
When I saw this happen, Treasy, like I kind of so far I've understood most of the moves and kind of the approach there. But to me, like so far, the White Sox catchers have seemingly been fine. And even Omar Narvaez coming up like off of AA and MSS, and I'm like, he's playing decent. Like, is there any reason to get him out of here? And the one thing that kept sticking in my head is Chris Getz just so frustrated right now with what's happening with a team cruising towards another horrible, potentially record-breaking season that he's just like, look, I want to start watching these younger guys now. Let's speed up the major league development of these guys, and less so that like, oh, well, we have this guy on this particular timetable. Because he seemed pretty fucking patient when they're leaving spring training with sending everyone back. And now the day that a guy can avoid the not having the 7th year control, he brings my drop up. And then right on his ass, he brings up Omar Narvaez. To me, it feels like a little bit of frustration. Do you guys agree, or you think I'm out of my mind? This is just like a normal timetable for these guys.
Well, I think throwing him in like almost immediately, like into the game today, like playing him today, like he wanted to throw somebody in there. Like Cuero, like coming up and playing immediately, not like. I think that's a huge sign. I don't know, like, right?
I think he's frustrated. I think that he's looking at this team and going like, I'm giving all these guys a chance to prove themselves, and no one's doing shit.
No, it's not.
I just got to start bringing in the youth movement. I can't sit around and wait anymore. These guys just got to start coming up. These guys are performing down at AAA. He's not going to learn anything about them. He's learned, I think, enough about a lot of the guys up here. I think,
right.
Yeah.
To me, the interesting thing is when Corey Lee comes back, which could be soon. We haven't heard that sprain is bad, right? We haven't heard like it's a high ankle sprain and he's out as long as Johnny Knox or something. We've just heard that it's like it should be like normal timetable. Yeah, exactly. So,
that guy, he died.
I mean, he should have.
When's Johnny Knox coming back? I remember when that was like this man almost died. Like, no, he ain't coming back.
That's why I mentioned it, because like always ask, but like this is a legitimate ask. He comes back. You're not cutting any of these guys. Are you going to just send Carroll right back down? I wouldn't. And so,
or do you send Corey Lee down?
Yeah, I mean, like you could, or you could have him do a rehab stint and be like, it's the longest rehab stint you've ever run on.
Yeah, got 30 full days, baby. Rehab it up.
But yeah, so like, or do you keep 3 catchers, right? Because you can put some guys at a DH spot. That leads me to my next question. And this question is for My Sox Summer. when you're getting into the situation where you got guys like Kyle Thiel coming up, you got guys like Caro coming up, you've got 2 catchers in place already. What is the point of Andrew Vaughn?
Yeah. I mean, I was just going to say that when we're getting there. I know we're going to go too quick. We got a guy that can cut, and he has a minor. He has an option. He can actually go down to the minors one more time, and it kind of looks like he needs it. Andrew Vaughn right now, like I've asked you guys all weekend, like this guy hit a home run, and it put him over 100 in his batting average. You know, like that was the one thing that saved him. He knew we were going to talk shit about him, and he knew I had everything worked out for a sub 100 batting average, and this motherfucker is still on the team. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know who's playing games over there on 35th and Shields, but I thought I would bring up somebody that we can all, who seems to be crushing, and Shy Sox Mike loves him, talks about him about every day, is our guy, Gavin Sheets, who conceivably would have been the choice, right? Like 2 lefties, you had Sheets and you had Vaughn, both play first base, both can't do anything else, clearly. So you would think that Vaughn is a little bit of a better hitter, but we're going to break them down. Our guy, Gavin Sheets, was a 2nd-round pick in 2017. Our value, Andrew Vaughn, was the 3rd overall pick in 2019. Now, these are his stats for people at home, his stats from 2025. Currently, Gavin Sheets has a positive WAR with a 0.3. Andrew Vaughn is a negative 0.6 right now for his WAR. The couple things Andrew Vaughn is beating Gavin Sheets at are plate appearances, and they're both tied for home runs, where they each have 2. Gavin Sheets right now is making $756,000, and our guy Andrew Vaughn, we signed him for 1 year, $5.85 million. A little bit of discrepancy on the salaries for these 2 guys. Now, all of the numbers here, like, guys, I'm going to ask you, I'm not a numbers guy. Okay. I know batting average, and right now, Gavin Sheets is batting 311. And Andrew Vaughn is batting 131. I know that that's not good. You don't want to be 13%. That's not good. Now, my OBP, on base percentage, is 0.185. Is that good, Loaf?
No, sir, not good.
Okay. Would we like, Teresi, would we like the OBP to be 0.373?
Not the way he's got it.
No. So no. Why is that a bad number?
So you weren't listening to me the other night in the seats.
I was this high.
Gavin Sheets right now. I mean, these numbers look great, but he also has a 385 OBP. Maybe it changed since last night. I didn't look up today. BABIP. Sorry. Yeah, he has a 385 BABIP, which means if he puts the ball in play, he's fucking Tony Gwynn out there right now. So that's unlikely to sustain. He's also somehow, while he's doing this good, has risen his strikeout percentage to higher than it's ever been in his career. So those things combined don't give me a lot of confidence in this sustaining for a Gavin Sheets. So I mean, like, I don't want Andrew Vaughn, but guess what? I don't want Gavin Sheets either. I don't know on my team. I want them both to not be here.
MSS, for your point, I would take Gavin Sheets' first 17 games much better than Andrew Vaughn. Yes, I would like that. We could swap, and then it costs a lot less too.
Conceivably, you could have taken that $5 million you saved and probably sign a pitcher and, another guy that could, strike the fuck out constantly and maybe hit a home run every once in a while. It is. Andrew Vaughn
going to sign Carlos Santana for the 47th year in a row, and you chose not to. That's the real story. Yeah, I'm with you, MSS.
It's befuddling to me that this guy is still there. It doesn't give me pause as much as the next thing we're going to talk about with the organization. But like they full on sign this guy, and they think they see something in him that I can't fucking find with a magnifying glass. So we can find him with a magnifying glass because he's a little guy.
Beef, what are your thoughts on Vaughn? I mean, you've gone long form on Vaughn before, so I'm just kind of like, I'm more asking, like, are you done now? Are you just like you're completely over it? You just want it to be out?
You know, I mean, I could do the I told you so because I've got, you know, so much articles, videos. You know, Josh Nelson and I broke down everything we thought would not work about Andrew Vaughn 3 years ago. And guess what? It's still not working there. I mean, when you look even in context, Andrew Vaughn, I looked up the stats since Andrew Vaughn took over at first base, boys. That's in 2023. There are 22 qualified first basemen. So that means when you say qualified, you qualify for the batting title. So had enough plate appearances at first through all that time to qualify for the batting title. He is dead last in hitting with a 96 WRC plus. He's 20th on defense, 17th in base running. He was worse than WAR out of that group. So out of the guys that get regular playing time, he was far and away the worst first baseman over the past 2 years and then early start of this season. I just don't think like there was this promise, and we even had a discussion with a guy, Treasy, before the season, a guy in the Sox front office. We were having drinks, and his thought was basically, well, if Andrew Vaughn was out there for, you know, as a free agent, this is the kind of guy you would pick up and try and fix. And so they're giving him some runway to try to fix himself. But so far, the returns aren't that good. And early on, there was like, oh, there's a little bit of hard hit and all this stuff. But you know what Andrew's still doing? Andrew's still beating the ball on the ground. You know what Andrew's still doing? He's still not really taking walks very much. And part of it's because he's not hitting the ball in the ballpark. And the teams just don't fear him. There's no need there. And so, like, at this point, do you ride it out or do you try to gamble? And what gambles are there around to take? And in the comments, it's littered in there. And I put up HBICs. He says, Tim Elko season and we riot. So there's been a lot of Tim Elko whispers out on the Twitterverse. Now let's level set on Tim Elko. Tim Elko is 26. He's not a prospect. Okay. He was a guy who was a senior sign, a guy who played great for Ole Miss. But he's kept hitting as a first baseman all the way up through AAA. His AAA stats right now, 307 on base, or 307 average, 375 on base, 500 slug, 12 homers, 44 RBIs, and 275 plate appearances at AAA. Those are good, solid numbers. I know Charlotte's like, the PCL. So take it with a little bit of grain of salt. The main thing that people are worried about, though, with Tim Elko is the strikeout rate. They're like, Tim Elko is a lot of strikeouts. And, sometimes it doesn't go on the majors. I decided to, looking on some research, boys, I went to Fangraphs, and Jeff Zimmerman has some detailed research from 2022 about how to translate AAA strikeouts to the Major League. And guess what? Usually add about 4.5% to your strikeout rate when you go up to the majors. And right now, Tim Elko is basically at a flat 30% K rate. That's a lot in AAA. But it's not rateable. It doesn't happen evenly like that. And actually, the motherfuckers that strike out more, they don't gain more when they go to the majors. They gain less, actually. Now, it could be biased based on the type of player that's getting sent up there. Maybe the guys that would turn their 30% K rate into 40%, maybe they never get promoted. And so the guys that they have more promise to get promoted, maybe there's something there. But let's just assume that Tim Elko's strikeout rate would be between 30 and 34%. Do you guys think there were a lot of guys in the Major League Baseball last year that had those strikeout rates or not?
I would say there are. Yeah. I mean, it's the league has gone that way. So I would say, yes, there's more guys with 30%.
Gavin Sheets is there and he strikes out a shitload according to Treasy from 3 minutes
He's
ago,
at 26%.
Here's a graph from last year. Players with at least 250 plate appearances. As you can see, the entire fucking page is filled with guys above 30% K rates who were playing. Some people were playing quite regularly, 400, 500, 600 plate appearances. Some are White Sox here, right? You see Paul DeYoung, you see Luis Robert Jr., and you see Corey Lee or whatever. And so I think the strikeout rate concern should no longer be a fucking concern with Tim Elko. If you want to take a shot at Tim Elko, I see no reason not to take a shot.
Let's do it.
If he comes up here and strikes out 45% of the time, fine, it failed. It didn't work. But there's no reason not to give a shot. And I don't even think you need to get rid of Andrew Vaughn to do this. I think there's plenty of dead weight on this roster, and you can bring him up here and give it a try. And I think that the White Sox realistically should from two perspectives. One, they don't hit enough fucking home runs. All right. We know this. We watch them every day, and you see them, you get frustrated because they get guys on base or whatever. No one can get a clutch hit. The clutchest hits to me are 3-run fucking homers, not trying to dink a fucking single with 2 outs. All right. Which they can't do. They hit the pop-up ball only.
Can't do either.
But number two, and more importantly, and something I thought Getz was invested in because it seems like they have been so far, is how about you just reward a guy for playing well all the way up if you didn't even expect it and bring that motherfucker to the majors and let's see it. Let's give it a shot. Let's give the guy some run, especially on a shitty ass team like this. And so, to me, the data doesn't deny Elko, and all the soft stuff to me pushes towards Elko. I see no reason not to try it.
Not to mention, they're trying their damnedest to tape Brandon Drury's thumb back to his hand and go, "You're back. You're back. We're gonna bring you up." Like, why not bring up Elko in that situation?
Why not?
Right? Don't look at Brandon Drury spring training. Look at him for his career. The motherfucker strikes out a ton too. Doesn't get on base. Like, same warts. All right. So if you're looking for power, Elko's just as good as Drury, and Drury can't play any position.
And think about Elko in the same context in which you thought about Daniel Palka.
Well,
you might get a 4 or 5 month run, right? I'm saying something like, you might get 4 or 5 great months of just a guy hitting for power, but not a real good player, just a guy who can help.
We haven't had a good feel good story about a player in I can't remember when, right? Like, you haven't had this guy come out of nowhere like Palka did and just bash the shit out of the ball for 3 months. And it was I would like to see that happen. So it's just fun. Let's go play with the matches. You know what? And we end up starting the shed on fire. Sorry. Okay. But let's just play with the match a little bit and see what happens. Elkomania, I don't like that. I don't like the way that sounds right now.
No, that's a copycat bullshit. We can't do that. No.
I don't like
that's
that. You are a man full of good ideas. Make a better idea than that. Don't do that. But yeah, I would like to see that. And he definitely looks like Daniel Palka, same athletic cut. He's a little more gingery, but let's see him hit some balls. But I need him up, but I also don't think that you should leave Andrew Vaughn on the team. I think you should send him down so he can think about what he's done, stealing that $5 million from us. He should be down there thinking about that and maybe get him motivated to get his fucking goofy looking ass back up here and start hitting the goddamn ball. That's all I have to say.
I love it.
All right, these are hitting, by the way. These will get you fucked up if you drink them fast. I'm just gonna put it out there.
I'm gonna guess you got something to say about this next one too. The White Sox finally DFA'd Mike Clevenger. My Sox summer. Your thoughts?
Now listen, I share this with you guys before the podcast. For my mental health and for my health of the team that I love that lives 4 blocks away from me, I cannot believe that anyone in the front office of the Chicago White Sox said, you know who we should sign? Mike Clevenger. We should bring him up. There's some nefarious shit that's going on with the partial owner son or whatever the fuck. They did drugs together. They killed whores together. I don't know what they did. But no,
allegedly, that's all allegedly. Nothing happened.
Those are the things that got him there. I will believe any conspiracy theory associated with Mike Clevenger being on the Chicago White Sox because there is not a sober person that looks at him and says, you know what? I think he's going to do good this year. 3 years in a fucking row. There's no way. And if I believe that, I cannot believe in this rebuild. I cannot believe in the Chicago White Sox. And I can't have that happen right now. So until someone tells me different, that's the story I'm going with, regardless of facts that might come out later. I have to believe that it's just a big fucking farce, dude. It's a big fucking con job. And no, I can't believe that anyone said this guy's their pick.
Your thoughts?
I mean, I predicted this. I just want to remind you guys, I predicted on Sunday. So, you know what's an easy way to get rid of Mike Clevenger? He's been bad.
Did you manifest it?
Steven Wilson. I did manifest that shit. Yeah, let's have a drink for that, please. I said, you bring Steven Wilson up, and he's your de facto closer. He's a veteran guy. And Will Venable basically said the exact shit. Yeah, we think Steven could hold this role, and it just wasn't working out with Clev or whatever. I'll put up Clevenger's stats. I'll put up the relievers' stats. Everyone who at least has 5 innings for the White Sox out of the bullpen. Clevenger's stats are horrendous, tough to look at. 7.94 ERA. But even the FIP and XFIP are horrible. The walk rate, Teresi, 12.71 walks per 9, only 4.76 Ks. I mean, what the hell was going on with this guy?
8 walks in 5 2/3 is blessed up, baby. You know how bad he was, Beef? You know how fucked up this short period of time was? That since our last podcast, they've been doing this shit with the players during the game, and you see it pop up, and it's like, oh, who listens to the best music on the team? Who's the blah, blah, blah? Who's the best dressed? And multiple people said Mike Clevenger as the best dressed, which I can't fucking believe. So what I assumed and what I wanted to talk about in my my banter tonight, assuming that Clevenger would still be on the team, was that like this had to be a joke, and these young guys have to either like just joke about how he dresses or think he's such a fucking dickhead that they're like, we're all gonna say that he's the best dressed because he wears this goofy shit and fuck that guy. You know, like it just kind of felt like that. And it's like there's a point, and I think we all know it. We just did a whole segment on 90s movies and music where you've outlived your coolness, man. It's over.
It's over.
People making fun of you now. I'm wearing a Rammstein shirt I don't fit in anymore, and motherfuckers are pointing, not because it's cool, right? Like, so I think Clev finally reached that point, and good riddance. Get the fuck out.
Well, this is what I want to ask. I wanted to pile on to MSS's point, because MSS brought up a great point to start this segment about who was pulling the strings on Clevenger. And we have long thought it's one of the minority owners. We've heard that. We've heard that from multiple people, that he got friends inside the building. So my question for you guys with regards to this, and I'll go with MSS first, is how much of this do you think is the Ishbias bought up a bunch of these shares between the time when they signed Clevenger until now, and that now it was made it an easier move to say, okay, well, we're going to get rid of this guy because maybe his people aren't as strong in the building with regards to minority shares, or how much of it is Getz muscling up and just saying, look, your man is no good. We got to get him out of here. He's hurting us baseball wise.
I think it was definitely dependent on how well he did coming out the gate. They're probably like, if he does this, he hits these little like looks for us, right? Yeah. Which the stats are totally horrible, right? Like it's indefensible. Like you can't say, oh, but you just got to give him a chance. Like, no, he sucks. You would not let anybody else up and stay up with that. Like, so like it's definitely. I don't think it's like, oh, well, hey, we have to go back and tell him that he sucks. It's probably like, listen, if he sucks, you got to cut him. Go ahead and cut him, but give him a shot. You know, like give him one more shot because I don't want him telling my wife what I did to this girl, you know, down at the Drake Hotel one night, you know, or whatever. So
getting dark again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll try to be more positive.
No, I think it's just they probably didn't really. It probably got forced on him, and Clev did everything he could to make it easy for them to get rid of him. And I think that's, you know, at the end of the day, he stinks. He stinks. like how could you just even if he's like your best friend, how could you justify doing this to him, making him go out there and embarrass himself?
True,
right? Like, so like this is Old Yeller, man. This is a fucking mercy.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of the exact opposite of that, someone who's just come up, someone that people are excited about, Chase Mydroth is here. Beefloaf, is he going to be everything we expected from Nick Madrigal?
No, he's not. I think that in short, I think the expectation for Madrigal was going to be this once in a lifetime batting average guy, super high IQ, you know, does all the small things, base running, defense, all this shit. And what we realized was kind of none of that was really true, and no one can really live up to those standards. Those types of players are super fucking rare. I think what we got in Chase Mydroth, though, is kind of what's being advertised. I think he is a palatable infield defender. Probably should be at second instead of short. I think they're going to stretch him at short when they're worried about this bad offense, but I think it's a palatable defender at second. I think he has a great batting eye. I think he makes enough contact where the batting eye can be useful with his level of power. But right now, through 22 plate appearances, and the level of excitement has been off the charts treasy, but it's 235 batting average, 409 on base, 235 slug. That's a 644 OPS. It's been singles and then a bunch of walks in that first game. And now he's sprinkled in walks and a hit by pitch between them. But it looks like a lot of ground balls when he's hitting.
All right.
There's not a lot of balls ripped in the gap. I'm going to throw this to you in a second, but I originally comped him. My median comp for him when I wrote the blog about the comps was Tommy Herr. And I feel really confident about the Tommy Herr comp. That's what he looks like to me. Teresa.
That's a really good comp. And this is where I'm actually nervous about him, Beef. Something you mentioned in there is the ground balls. And like throughout his minor league career, he's been like a 50% ground ball rate guy. And he comes up to the pros, and this is where it gets a little Madrigal-esque, right? Like great eye and does all these things. But when you get up to the pros, like, yeah, he's gonna draw his walks. I loved the plate appearance today. Lead off the game, 9-pitch walk.
Yep,
beautiful. But these pitchers are going to start challenging you. They start challenging you, and all you do is hit ground balls. It's not good. The range on the players in major leagues way better, right? Like, so that's my worry for him. I did, however, see this quote in Fangraphs about that is so ridiculous that I'm like kind of getting endeared to this guy. Fangraphs, the stattiest stat site on the planet, writes the sun-soaked, dirty blonde Mydroth, who looks a bit like if Carrie Elway's character in The Princess Bride just got home from his first semester in a frat.
Yes.
I don't know how long they stared at a picture of Chase Mydroth to come up with this narrative, but it's beautiful. And at least I know that the writers at Fangraphs are invested in Chase Mydroth, and that excites me just a little bit, gives me a little bit of faith, makes me think about it a little more. But I don't think he's going to be everything that we kind of put on Madrigal, but that's good. We shouldn't have these insane expectations for these guys. We shouldn't look at Chase Mydroth and go, he should replace Jacob Amaya at shortstop. We should go, this looks like a fucking second baseman, and I hope he gets on base a lot. And you know what? Bring up that catcher that does everything pretty good. And now we're just starting to put together a fucking real baseball roster with real human baseball players.
That's right.
And it's just like, we're at the point that should be fucking enough right now. Let's not try and project onto these guys that Edgar Caro is going to be the all-time leading home run hitter for switch hitters, and fucking Chase Mydroth is a shortstop that's going to hit 20 bombs. No, that's unfounded. That's just ridiculous shit. Just look at what they are. They're good baseball players. Fill that whole field with good baseball players.
That's right. That's right.
Like, you know who else does that? The good teams in the major leagues do that.
Exactly.
I would like that. Use their model of putting good players on the field.
Lots of them.
MSS, your thoughts on Mydroth?
You know what? I like him. I think he looks like Dave's brother. Like he could be White Sox Dave's younger brother that also played at North Central.
They're both Clint Howard's son. But
they're just.
He could donate some of that hair. He could donate some of the hair.
Well, no, but like that's what
a little
Dave.
Disrespectful.
I feel like that's what Dave maybe wanted to be. You know, like the free flowing hair like him. I've liked.
He was hoping when he came back from Turkey to have all that.
Like just a big poof.
It's coming in good. I will say
it's not bad.
I can feel the groundlings.
But I also just like I like what he's doing, and I guess maybe because it's like I'm not like way crazy when I'm listening to the people talk about the prospects. Nick Madrigal to me, I thought it was a guy that's going to come in and get a base hit every once in a while and move people around, not be like some like just crazy guy. So in that
people
regard,
talking about 3,000 hits with him.
I know. Wow, listen.
Gold glove infielder.
Gold glove.
That's insanity. Right.
Also, though,
come on.
Here's the thing.
He's not going to be that.
Here's the thing.
But I thought he would be like what he's doing. Like I thought you'd be like you're not going to get the power hits and whatever, but you're going to move people on the bases, and that's what he's done so far. And I agree with what Treasy said, and he said it very passionately. So I don't want to fuck with it. Like it's good. But it's also like I don't know. I like his attitude, and he doesn't have that like I just smelled shit face that Madrigal had all the time when you saw him on the base path making horrible decisions on when to steal, when to run, when to take a base, when to run through the sign and all that stuff. He's just like going with the flow, and I felt like Madrigal from the jump was just a dickhead. He was just a straight dick. So like he's not going to be what we expected from Madrigal, but I also didn't like Madrigal. He can go fuck off.
But people were nuts about Madrigal. But
I know.
No question.
He was
so little.
The parallel though is you remember people were like, we should play Madrigal at shortstop.
I remember that.
What?
I
He
remember
didn't even
that.
play shortstop on his team in college, and I know the shortstop there was really good. But like, if you are the best player on your team, they just let you play shortstop. So like,
Right, exactly. You're the guy, you know.
so yeah,
so horrible on the base path. You're correct, Jerry O'Sullivan. He was
Just amazingly bad runner for a guy who was supposed to be a super high IQ guy. It was just like the game got too fast for him in the majors. He could never adjust that was the case. And so he got himself in trouble constantly. When I look at my draft, Treasy, and MSS too, here's what I like. Here's what I see. Like the total package, what he ends up becoming, whatever. On a good team, I think he can start on a good team. I think he's an everyday player more than likely. At least a little bit we've seen so far would lead us to believe that, in his AAA numbers too.
Right.
But he's like, when you're a good team, he's like the 7th best position player, right? I mean, like,
yeah,
he's not a guy you're expecting to be a star. He's a guy who's like, hey, it's good we got a guy that good is our 6th or 7th best position.
Do the little things.
He's certainly bottom half of the order on a really good team.
On a really good team, right?
But I do agree he's a starter even on a really good team. I do think that like looking at what we've seen from him so far, what we've read about him, I'm not in the camp of this is a utility man, right? That's one of the that's the downside that you'll see on him.
Yeah.
The high side on him is absurd. So like I don't want to get to that, but I also think that the utility thing is a little off too. Like he looks like if you put him at second base, he's going to be fine at second base. It's going to be good. I got one question for you, Beef, before we get to the end. This isn't on. We didn't talk about this, but I want to just throw this at you. If he starts playing at second base every day, who do you want at third base? You want Lenin Sosa or you want Miguel Vargas?
I mean, so far, I'm willing to give Miguel Vargas a little more run because the defense has been fine, but Sosa's definitely out hitting him so far. The Sosa's only issue with me personally is I have no confidence that he hits righties. He's been hitting lefties pretty well. So you end up in a spot here, Treasy, and this is like the thing I thought they wouldn't force. I thought they would let it go for a while and let them both have those idle paths where we're going to give them unimpeded plate appearances, and that's over at this point. Now, I trust Lenin Sosa to hit lefties, so I think as far as utility goes on the roster, he has a spot, but I don't know if he's a long-term starter or not, and I don't know that about Miguel Vargas either, and I want to see a little more. I'll be honest with you. I know Miguel started off slow, but I was at the ballpark the other night. It was cold as hell, and he hit 2 balls real hard. And it's like, well, we've been waiting for you to fucking do this. His batting eye seems locked in, whereas Lenin is still in the swing of everything. But Lenin hits the ball hard, and Lenin will get some base hits. Like his batting average has been okay so far this season. So tough question, Treasy. I want to wait more time. That's why I was surprised they made the move so quickly.
The reason I ask is because I think that infield's getting more and more crowded, especially when my guy Colson Montgomery comes up soon. All right, now it is time for thank yous and GFYs. My Sox Summer, who are you thinking of GFY?
So today, I did not go to the game. I went on a field trip with my my daughter, who's in first grade. We went to MSI, and we were just kind of like letting them do whatever they want to do. I didn't try to plan anything. I was like, let's just walk. And that's what they did. And they kind of wasted the entire day, which is fine because that's what you're supposed to do on a day like right before Easter. But I was walking out to our bus, and there was people trying to like clearly get out of the lot, but we're being very mean, and we're yelling at kids and telling the kids to move, and then yelling at the parents that are with the kids and all this stuff. I'm not going to say it was a bus driver, but it was a bus driver, definitely from the suburbs, and was yelling at people. And it's like, you know what? I want to give a big GFY to people that work with kids that like fucking hate kids. Like, don't work in that field. Like, just go somewhere else. Go do something else. Like, listen, having a kid is just being inconvenienced like all the time. That's just what it is. Like, you're just inconvenienced. Like, I don't want to do this, but you know what? You have this kid. Okay. Taking a job where you knowingly know that's going to happen. Like, that's just on you. Like, and you shouldn't spew that anger onto somebody else. Like, this is what might be one of the best days of the kid's life. He got to see the ice wall at Museum of Science and Industry. He saw the tornado machine. Like, just be cool. Like, let him walk through the fucking crosswalk and don't hit him. You know, like, let him get to his bus so he can go home. All right. So Yeah, go fuck yourself. The people that work with kids that don't like kids, like you suck.
Can I say something here?
Yes.
This is the second time today you told us you're getting disrespected out in these streets.
Oh, it wasn't me.
I mean, I feel like
There's somebody
Beef,
else.
I feel like MSS got to get back to like. Remember when we fucked with him?
Yeah.
And then he dressed like a goddamn Viking the next
do
time we
remember
saw
that.
him.
Yeah.
And looked like he was gonna fucking murder us. You got to start bringing that vibe back. You got to start bringing it back.
Remember, I told you about this, Treasy, about the Costco shit. He's the dude to get stolen, man. And I'm worried about him with that,
which is bullshit because he's a big dude. He's a tough guy.
Yeah.
I don't like this for him. I think he's got it. He's being too nice of a dad guy.
Yeah.
You got to bring it out sometimes. Let him know, MSS. Let him know.
Pray I don't see that locker guy tomorrow, and I pray I don't see him. I'm gonna fuck him up.
MSS just buck naked in the sauna. I've been waiting for you, motherfucker.
Oh no, I don't go full nude in the sauna.
You do tomorrow. Tomorrow you do.
No, you gotta represent.
You gotta show your dominance. You gotta show your dominance.
You guys know the demographic of my gym. I ain't taking off my pants in front of everybody at my gym. Okay, let's say that.
Be proud. Be proud. They know you're white. It's okay. Beef. Who are you thinking are GFYing?
I'm actually going to thank you, Treasy, and you, My Sock Summer, for helping me with my pet project, which was creating the 75 things I love about Lawrence's. I wrote it. Treasy put the music together. MSS got all those images. I think it turned out great. Even though the AI skipped 10 of the lyrics, no big deal to me. It's just like when you mumble in a song. It's good enough. And I enjoyed the end product. I was like, this is great. I'm glad we have this out there. And I'm going to strive to continue to make more weird shit that we can just throw out there, just like the old days of 108.
Yeah, we used to
just
do
make
a lot
a
of
random
weird
crazy thing. It's like, let's just fucking run with this. And we don't know if anyone will like it. We don't care. We like it. It's fun. So thanks for helping me do that, guys.
Beef, doing the AI piece, the AI music piece was so fucking ridiculous. Like it kept like it would not follow the lyrics. It could not, no matter how I spelled it. It was always Corey Z or whatever.
My God. Yes, I love that.
There was one version though. My favorite version of it was it was a 4 minute song. 4 minute song where they got through the first 5 and then it was just music.
Oh my God.
It's instrumental, huh? It's like that's enough of your shitty lyrics. Here's a ska breakdown for 3.5 minutes.
Those breakdowns were something. Treasy, how about you?
They were. Yeah, I want to thank Star Wars because they're live streaming Celebration Japan starting tonight. And because I said Star Wars, everyone drink. Good night.
Greg Hall, the mighty